stuffed in my diaper. I was 6. Just to give you why I am today, where she started it off. My story comes from when I graduated high school. We had the party at the house, and all my friends were there. And my one friend, Matt, who's in Michigan right now golfing, played ice hockey with him, so Sophie knew him pretty well. She went up to him, started talking, like, oh, you can go away to college next year? And Matt's like, yeah, I'm going to Drake and just Des Moines, Iowa. And she's like, well, make sure you're careful. And at the time, my friend Matt did have a girlfriend. And she's like, well, make sure you're careful, just the old wise tale about if you have sex standing up, it's not true. You will get pregnant if you have sex standing up. And then she proceeded to tell my friend, that's how Uncle Bruce was conceived. Right before they went to a dance, they decided to have some fun in an alleyway. So this is an 18-year-old boy who was an only child. He was slightly sheltered in some things, and I think that really opened up his eyes to the world. He's like, okay. And then the same party, my friend Sean in the back was talking to my friend Matt, and Sophie came over, and they always heard me tell stories about how Grandma always told about the stories about depression. So my friend Sean decided to have some fun. He goes, it's Grandma Sophie's like, why don't you tell us about the depression? She goes, oh yeah, sure. 1 minute into the conversation, my friend goes, oh, I'm out of something to drink. I'll be right back. Never came back and left my friend Matt for 15 minutes with Sophie talking about the depression. Again, his eyes were really wide after that. He bonded really well with my grandmother. She sent him a wedding gift. She sent him money whenever she heard that Matt had kids. She sent him a little card, so she always kept in touch with me, and she always asked about my friends, and it was always nice about her. The Drake Hotel New Year's Eve was always fun with Sophie, bouncing around in the one room with 12 of her grandkids. It was always enjoyable. Going to her house to rake the leaves, and after everyone scattered to the 4 winds, my mother would always kick me out of the house, says, go over to your grandma's house, go shovel a walk, go mow the lawn, go rake the leaves. But I enjoyed Sophie. Definitely a lady you can sit there and just ask her one question and put the phone next to your ear and read a book for about an hour while you listen to a conversation. You just sit there and you just have to do a nod and say yes, yes. And, I always got the inside scoops on who was her favorite inside the family after I fixed a few things at her house, but a lot of things need to fix at that house. I know the squirrels will probably miss her, who lived in the attic all the time. She constantly had the squirrels, but she was a great lady. She was outspoken, but that's who she was, and a lot of my friends were always amazed at her. And there's just when I tell stories about Grandma, she'll be like, isn't she ever happy? I'm like, she is in her own way. She is. I mean, she's lost a lot and she's barreled through, but hey, she made it to 98. I hope all of us can reach 98 and still be as quick as a whip with her, and just hopefully we just don't all vote for Trump like she did. So.
You were so close!
I had to.
You were so close!
Hey, Jake, you're not going to get a chance next time anyway.
But we love you, Musha. We're going to definitely miss you, and there'll still be stories every Christmas about you. And, considering that you had 3 kids all within 5 days of each other, it's not that hard to remember that you share, that my mother and her brother, Elmer, share the same birthday. They're 4 years apart, and then Uncle Dwight is 5 days later, the 28th, so 6 days later, and then she's the 19th, so it was always fun at Christmas time. We had all these birthdays, and then when you get into high school, you do the math of biology, like, wait, 9 months before, what the hell is 9 months before December? What's so special about that? But we love you, Musha, and we'll hope you're smiling at all your lovely stories today.